I solved small boat trailers. No more truck bed launching, utility trailers, or $2,000 sport trailers. This is a $300 jet ski trailer from Facebook Marketplace. However, as is, it won't fit our 12 and 14 foot John boats. But with some free slight modifications, we can get her done.
I don't think you should put it on that road.
I don't think so. We love our tiny boats, but they sometimes don't come with trailers. Today, I'm gonna run you through an easy way to easily find a cheap trailer perfect for your tiny rig. We will cover what I bought, how to modify it for free to fit any small boat in only under 20 minutes, how to properly trailer your boat without destroying it, and finally, we're gonna end the day testing my new-to-me tiny boat trailer by launching at Missouri's worst-rated boat ramp where I make an absolute fool of myself. Okay, so this is pretty much how the jet ski trailers come straight from Marketplace. They're designed for 10 to 11 foot jet skis, so they're not really gonna fit a 1236 or especially a 1436. I'll give you a quick rundown of the $300 trailer I got, and then I'll show you what modifications to make. And mine came with brand new tires. It came with a newer winch assembly with a brand new winch strap, a never used jack right here, and it also actually has brand new lights, which the ground instantly broke, but I fixed that. It's a super easy fix. Okay, so let's get into the modifications that you are gonna have to make. This bunk right here is angled in to contour to the hull of a jet ski, and it's on the outermost setting. This bunk I've already done to give you a visual example. We need to move it all the way in and to level it out so our flat bottom can sit comfortably on the bunk. Pretty much any jet ski trailer you get is going to be on the wrong bunk setting, but that's super easy to fix. Next up is the winch placement. Now this is gonna be good for a 10 to 11 foot boat, but we want to be able to use 12, 13, and maybe even 14 foot boats. So this is gonna have to be detached and moved way up, which means the jack is gonna have to scoot up as far as possible as well. And it's actually gonna have to go on the opposite side. Now you can see the clear issue of moving the jack all the way up as well as the winch, because when you go to use the jack, it screws with the winch. That's why you can't just move it up. You have to actually flip this to the opposite side. I'm just gonna do the top ones here. That's all you really need to do. Just like that. Okay, so we've flipped the jack and moved it up. I've moved it about as far forward as I can get because of this little bracket right here, but if I really wanted to, I could get that bolt through there and get myself an extra inch, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with it. None of my sockets are deep enough. They're all shallow. That's why I'm using a wrench. But again, you only need to remove 2 of them. You can simply loosen this, get it past that light if you have a trailer like this, and just scoot her down. Look how far we moved everything up, and we made plenty clearance for our jack handle, because otherwise these would interfere quite a bit. I just measured it out. We just gained 24 inches on the dot. That's an extra 2 foot. So now instead of only a 10-foot jet ski, we can fit a 12 to 14-foot boat. In fact, here is what a 14-foot boat looks like on this trailer. So now let's throw it on the trailer. I'm gonna show you exactly how I get it highway ready. We're gonna go visit Missouri's worst, sketchiest, scariest boat ramp that keeps me up at night and show you how I launch it, because it does behave a lot differently than a bass boat because it's significantly lighter. Oh, goodness gracious. Good thing I got these tires and those shocks, dude. That still sucked.
Don't wipe out. Oh my gosh.
I absolutely love e-bikes, and it's no secret. I have 3 in my garage right now and used one in the intro. Today's video was sponsored by TST e-bike, and that was my go-to bike for e-bike fishing when I was living in Florida, especially because I had the cargo bike, so I could take all my gear, no problem. This bike got me up to 25 miles per hour and 60 miles of range. It has a max payload of 450 pounds, which is a lot, and comes with a powerful yet silent 1300 watt electric motor. Although I don't have kids yet, it does have the ability to carry a child or two in the back, with the guards keeping their feet out of the spokes and the tires, as well as little footrests. I also love the removable and lockable battery, as well as the high quality, easy to read display. Overall, if you're looking for a camping, fishing, multi-person, or general cargo e-bike, this is the obvious choice, and if you click the first link in my description, you'll also receive a discount.
Okay. Oh. Had the garage door opener in my pocket. Get her flush up in there. Attach that bow eye. Now, once it's snug, don't winch it in too much because you don't want to pull this bow eye out of the plastic. So give it a good click or two. That was one little click, and we're snug up against there. Okay, so you see these little grooves right here? My bunks align perfectly to keep on the outside of those grooves on either side. So if there's any sort of slight side-to-side play, like I'm pushing it as far hard left as I can, that little groove stops it, and then you got this big gap right here, and if it slides a little bit to the right, then that'll stop it there. So that kind of adds a little bit of extra security. Due to how light this boat is, I always strap down the transom. And a lot of these jet ski trailers have little holes right here that you can just strap it to and then wrap around and hook on the other side. And if you don't have that, I'll show you an alternative method. You don't want to strap it down too much because it is soft plastic. You don't want to crack anything or warp it or do anything weird. So once you feel it tug like this, give it another click, maybe one more. That's plenty. I also like to run one right over the center of the boat at its widest point. So you've got the bow eye, you've got the one in the center, and then you've got one on the stern. If you don't have a place to actually mount it, I hit them with this. Just wrap it around and hook it. It's a plastic boat, it's super lightweight. It'll get the job done. And if your trailer is like mine, which it probably is, I like to strap it on the outside versus where it kind of goes in and gets pointed, because if you have this assembly right here, well, there's just too much of a risk that on the highway it can vibrate and slide down and become loose and fall off and be pretty worthless. So I always like to do it there because it's not going to get any shorter, right? So it's not going to loosen. Worst case scenario, it goes over here, but it's not going to lose tension. So always stay on the inside. Don't go to where it starts tapering off. Other than that, that is how I get it highway ready, and this is what it looks like. For 300 bucks, this is significantly better than using my truck bed. This is, hands down, the worst boat ramp ever. We'll see if this boat even wants to stay on the trailer. Oh, she's getting wet. She's in. Dude, was I not just talking about how I haven't killed it in a year?
That was definitely user error. There's so many rocks there. I went, because I keep my parking brake on because it's a manual. And then I go until I feel it kind of lurching. I pop the parking brake and then I hit a rock and then it just killed my momentum and shut it off. And I started rolling back. Ooh, that was sketchy, but we got her done. Good thing about having a light trailer right there. You know the algae bloom's bad when you can see your exact path. That's crazy. Yeah, dude, this is as bad as I've... Dude, it was so clean. I was so excited, too. I thought it was done. There's one. There's one. Got him. Grab that net. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Where's the net?
Right next to me. Let's go.
I almost knocked you out. Oh.
Yeah, dude. All right. There we go. Looks like we can get skizonked.
Oh.
There's one. There's one.
That.
Dude, he's tiny.
What is that?
It's a bass. Dude, that's it. That thing is like the size of the bait. Look at that. One more kind of like in those twigs right there, though. Slap on that one side. Oh, got him. No way. Dude, I didn't even have time to reel. No way, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Bro.
Dang.
Little nicer, little nicer.
Took it far.
Little nicer, dude. Still tiny, though. Looking for them big ones. Oh, dude, looks nice. All right, keep that rod tip up. Oh, dude, yes. No!
Oh, he was barely hooked on.
Dude. Dang. Now we gotta get it out. Because getting it in went so well the first time.
Straighten it up. You gotta pull out, straighten it up. There we go. Just can't see. Zoom in on the face. Good.
Oh, I see the rock. Ooh, smell that clutch? It's out! This is how bad that algae was. It is absolutely caked everything. Gosh, dude, that's the most disgusting it's been. Thought it was done for the season because of the cooler weather and rain, but it was the worst it's been everywhere. It is so bad. Gosh. That is nasty, nasty stuff. All over our fishing gear, trolling motor, the motor. Look at that. Oh. Oh, God. That's the $300 boat trailer. That's Missouri's worst boat ramp. And those were some fish. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm thinking about making a part 2. I don't know if it's something you want to see, but I'm thinking about sanding and repainting and like redoing it and making it look, you know, a lot nicer than it is and tripling what it's worth, but. Anyway, tight lines and God bless. I'm glad I'm out of there.